Does peer counseling reduce stigma? Does it really provide hope? Let's talk about it. My name is Jessica Scalzo with Compassionate Peer Counseling. Let's get right into it with a quote I read yesterday in a prior video. And this is a personal testimonial in favor of peer counseling. This is from Anthony Radovich, an LGBTQ activist in Seattle, Washington. And he says, "There's something about the power of lived experience. Peer support does that and so much more. It reduces stigma, and it's vital to my life in recovery." He's saying it reduces stigma. Okay. Now, as I am studying for my peer counseling certification, I come across in my study material a little blip about a research project that was done about hope, about stigma, about hopelessness. It's called the Well-Being Project. It was done in 1989, so it is a little old. I still found the findings very profound. And it's looking at, what hinders or helps well-being in people with mental health challenges. And so I'm going to read what they say here. An important finding is that there is no other area of healthcare where people come for help with overwhelming amounts of hopelessness, fear, shame, and guilt. The study found that people experience as much harm from internalized stigma and feelings of helplessness and hopelessness as they did from the original symptoms. That part was really the part that I found incredible, because we know that in an individual lifetime, any one person can experience a range of traumatic events. Some less traumatic than others, some more traumatic than others. And I think we also have a basic understanding that our developing years when we're very young are really crucial to our growth later in life. And that, if we have any form of trauma, which there's usually at least a little bit for all of us and all to varying degrees, we will develop coping mechanisms and behaviors and patterns and ways of being and thinking later in life that may not serve us, that may be harmful to us later. And this study is saying that those ways of coping, those behaviors that don't serve us, we may have so much shame and guilt around those behaviors that it's just as harmful as the original trauma, no matter what the original trauma was. And that's powerful to me. And the fact that there's no other area in healthcare where this is the case. And I think this makes a very strong case for peer counseling. In addition to this shame and guilt and stigma, around maybe a diagnosis or around our own judgments of our behaviors and the way society is judging them as well, the messages we get from society about our own coping mechanisms and dysfunctional behaviors. Other things definitely can create more hopelessness and more stigma and can hinder us from moving forward and taking a chance on our recovery. And these things can be any major loss, especially of hopes and dreams. So this is something I also have experienced with my own athletic dreams. And so in that way, even if someone doesn't have an eating disorder, if someone's experiencing a loss of hope and dreams, I have that shared lived experience. So I can be a resource for you. And I would love to talk to you about it. Another thing is becoming socially disconnected. This can create hopelessness. And we know right now with COVID-19, many people are feeling this way. So it's really crucial right now, as others have been saying, to reach out, to support each other, to have connection, even if it's not physical connection. Another thing happening right now is loss of economic security and status, because so many people are either having reduced work or having no work because of this pandemic. And then also stigma, we've definitely talked about that. And then also becoming demoralized by the system. Now the system, in this case, they're talking about, I think, mental health care system. But we can even take it even further right now with COVID-19 and how really our system is not obviously and clearly, the medical system, the economic system is not helping people. It can be demoralizing to people. If people are getting laid off and they can't pay their rent, they can't support their family, that is a very demoralizing experience. So these are all factors that hinder hope. Well, what is hope? So hope is the idea that I believe my situation can improve and get better. I believe there's a point if I go on this path that I will turn a corner and things will start improving for me. And this is important because without it, it's very unlikely that I'm going to take a very scary step forward towards my recovery, that I'm going to do the hard work that will help me to recover. And so hope is crucial in peer support work. Now, how do peer supporters and peer counselors, how do we come in and inspire this hope and ease the stigma? We do this with having lived experience. This is crucial to what we do, and it's really, really cool. I'm going to use real life examples to be relatable, and because I work with people with eating disorders, this is what I'm going to focus on right now. Is I have real life examples. I can say, yes, I have been there. Yes, I absolutely believed 100% that if I was in a thin body, I would have this fantasy lifestyle, everything would work out for me, and people would like me. I absolutely believe that. I've been there. I understand. Yes, I drastically restricted what I was eating, definitely starved myself many times, and I know the feeling of not being able to concentrate, of being lightheaded, of not being able to focus, of having chronic fatigue. Yes, I understand what you're talking about. Yes, I have been there where I have binged and eaten through a whole jar of peanut butter, feeling completely awful afterwards and feeling a lot of shame and a lot of self-loathing. Yes, I understand. I've been there. And having a person like that who can say, "Oh, you understand that?" Whew, gosh, that's like, you can see it in my shoulders. It's like, it's relaxing. It creates this space. I can just be calm for a second. I'm not being judged. Even if I'm the only one that's judging myself. In this space, somebody understands. I'm not alone. I'm not isolated. And this can be that turning point. This can be where someone says, somebody understands, they've gotten through this, they've gotten better. Maybe I can try this, maybe I can do this. And to go on in my study material, it even says that many people will say their recovery and resiliency journey began with just one person who believed in them, who treated them like whole human beings rather than a broken person, and who helped them choose the risky road to recovery. Sometimes this one person is a role model, someone who has overcome a similar challenge. And that emphasizes the importance of having someone who has been through the experience that you are going through. That's why peer counseling is quite wonderful. That's why I highly promote it. If you want to learn more about the peer counseling services that I offer, please check out my website at www.compassionatepeercounseling.com. More videos to come. Thank you for your attention, and please continue to take care and really take time for self-care during this pandemic. It is crucial at all times, and even more crucial during times of extreme stress and extreme panic. Take care.